Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nick, the Metal Nerd, back for another episode of the Metal Nerd Podcast. What's up, guys? Been a minute. So I think I'm gonna change up the way I do things a little bit. I'm still gonna have like my episodes to where I kind of talk about something long form. Mostly like the Azalea Dying saga, and some things that take a little bit more time to go over, but I'm going to change it up, I think, to have a little bit more just metal news in general, so that we cover a little bit more wider base of stuff. And yeah, just kind of, keep up with what's going on in the metal world. There's kind of a lot, especially lately, so and sometimes it's hard to keep up with, but I think for me, I do want to try to keep up with most of the stuff and just, provide a little bit more daily news. I guess in the end, it won't necessarily be daily news. It'll be more like weekly. So I'm trying to come once a week and just kind of go over a lot of the stuff that's happened. If some of it happened the previous week, I'll talk about it and catch up to what's going on so far. So if it's pretty quiet, I might not say anything. But there's usually always something, even if it's just tours. So, or, new releases, stuff like that. So I'm going to try to get a little bit more on that. So for now, we could be calling this more metal news. First bit of some heavy metal news. So Hatebreed is to headline the Summer Slaughter 2026 again. This time alongside Devourment, Incantation, Snuffed on Sight, Balmora, a bunch of, low-key bands. I think Jamie Jost is still in charge of this, so it's kind of crazy. It's like, dude, you can't just keep putting your own band, Hatebreed, on the ticket, and then, put all these other bands that, not a whole lot of people know. At least get, like, one other well-known, like yourself, and you don't have to put your own band on the tour, like, let's face it, like, but no hate. I did not end up going to last year's. I had tickets and I still didn't go. Honestly, I was pissed off that Bleeding Through was not gonna be there. So yeah, that kind of irked me a little bit. But so yeah, get your tickets if you're interested in going. I don't even think they're going through San Antonio. They'll be in Austin, so I probably won't be going to that. But anyone in the Austin area in Texas, check that out on the 11th of July. But yeah, I always kind of cover around Texas because, that's, mostly my area. So obviously most of it, I think, is just going through July. So yeah, get your tickets. They are also, Hatebreed is reportedly recording under Knife EP and new album. So yeah, they're definitely kind of go back and do some of the older stuff. And, everyone's always got to do a little polish over and get a new one going. But yeah, and then they're just going to be releasing some new music as well. So Hatebreed is out there, out and about. For a while, they were kind of dormant, and at least they could say that, even if they're kind of just putting themselves up and other not so well-known bands, they're at least out there again and doing stuff, not just on the Triple X movie, Which, low-key, that movie, that the whole soundtrack was fucking fire. So definitely, I guess as far as just like an early time for me to get into like hardcore or metal or anything that was a little bit heavy, I think that kind of had to do with it. But that was the good times, right? Early 2000s, heavy metal and new metal was a lot more featured into movies, So we miss those times. So there has been a lot of drama going on in the Parkway Drive camp where an ex-staff member was arrested for sexual offense involving a minor. Winston McCall has released a detailed video statement responding to backlash surrounding former staff. We'll just go over what he said. He said, "Hey guys, I'm here to speak on the current situation regarding Jed Gordon." I wanted to say that name a lot of different ways. Our ex-merch guy and Ben's brother pleading guilty to underage sex in 2012. and about the Byron Bay hardcore scene on the whole. Real straight with you guys, this is a really big topic. It's really important. I've got a bunch of stuff written down, so if you see me like glancing off to the side, that's because I'm making sure I don't miss anything. Thank you for listening to me. I'm going to jump straight in on this. Number one, we support the victim. We support the victim 100%. She deserves justice. She deserves her space. She deserves her time. Deserves to be heard. We 100% support that 20 years of trauma. I can't now imagine what that is like to bear. Number two, we condemn this. We condemn this without hesitation. If there was anything in our initial response that left people wondering about that, I want to make this crystal clear for everyone. This is fucked. This is fucked, and this is Jed's reckoning to answer for. It's his reckoning, and he will answer for it. We employed him for a long time, put him in a position where he had contact with a lot of people, and it's our moral responsibility to carry. That's our moral... We see it, and we hold it. We have always tried to see the best in people, and sometimes it means you're blind to the worst. Anyone that's had bad interactions with Jed while employed with us, we're so sorry. Yes, we are so sorry. We knew he could be bad with people, and our interaction on that level is, there's no excuse for that, and we apologize. But we did not know the extent of his behavior. We did not know. We're completely blindsided by this. They didn't have to transcribe it word for word. Because he kind of just is repeating himself at some point. In the same sentence, it doesn't completely make sense. They could have paraphrased some stuff. What was the original statement? The original statement is come to our attention that Jed Daniel Gorin, someone deeply involved in the hardcore scene nationally, has pled guilty to the crime of having intercourse with a minor between 14 and 16 years of age. He had a prominent placement on the podcast until 2024. We hope he's no longer involved with the design they publish. We're not implying any wrongdoing as far as others are concerned, nor do we encourage harassment of this page people. We hope they address Jed's unacceptable behavior in their own way and transparently for the hardcore scene. This is an urgent safety alert given the expansion of all ages hardcore show that we felt needed to be brought to our mates, followers, and like-minded crew attention. We not deal in gossip culture. We deal in facts and directives. So, Jed, if you are outside of any show and anyone in our circle is out, we will be asking you to leave the venue, whatever city that is. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple things there. I guess people could have misconstrued as something that was like he's kind of, waiting for the facts kind of thing. But it seemed like they already accepted the fact that, that's what happened. Yeah, because you went on to say if our initial response came off as cold, I also want to say that was never our intent. We take the situation really seriously, and we also recognize our person as in this band. Like, we're in a big band, we also have a connection, and we did not want to do anything to jeopardize justice system. We wanted to make sure we didn't impede that. But we definitely understand if people felt that there was coldness to our communication. If that hurt someone, we see that, we're sorry for that, and this is us putting up the human connection to it. The whole story is heartbreaking. This whole, like the Byron hardcore scene grew out of already toxic Byron culture. We grew up in a town which had the highest unemployment rate in the country. It was drug abuse, alcohol abuse. It was everywhere. It was in the surf culture. Blah, blah, blah. It keeps going. So more stuff about women deserving to be safe and all that. It's definitely iffy business to kind of be linked to, because you brought this guy across the country, and who knows what he did to other people. Pretty fucking nuts. Crazy shit, because that could have been years of him fucking around with minors. Who the fuck knows, crazy stuff. I don't think there's really enough info on we don't need a whole lot of info, right? I think we get the picture, and for respect of the victims, maybe I won't push on that.